Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Life is Feudal. This is a new series, if you like. Basically, I've put a couple of videos up in the past, tutorials on, infinite supplies of materials. So I thought, yeah, I'll go make a series of that. But when I logged back in a couple of days later, I noticed that the world had been wiped, totally wiped. So everything that you saw in my past videos are now history, all gone. So we have to start again. Now it's been, I would say it's been a little while since playing this game, so I have actually lost the ability and the know-how on what the hell to do on the game. It's basically a survival game. We start like this, basically butt naked. We do have a few things on our person, which are this. Now, when I logged on the other day, there was actually a bag in here, a backpack if you like, with armour, but we've got this. Now, if we press T, it brings up this, which is something that you can drag and drop. So we have ourselves this old rag, yeah, that's what it says, rags, and we can drag and drop it on our person there. So we're applying that now. I do apologise if you can hear any sort of like background noise. It's so bloody hot here today, I can tell you that. So I have to have the window open slightly. I do have a fan, but if that is blowing, you're going to hear it. So sorry about the background noise. Right, so anyway, we've put our rags on, so we can press T and get rid of that for now. We've got no inventory. Now, to get some inventory, we're going to have to seriously look around. First of all, I believe this is how it went. I'm going to stay around here. I can't see any animals of any sort. Actually, let's see where we are on the map. If you press M, you can see where we are. We're over on the west coast. On the original world, if you look, I'm not sure if you can see my my mouse, but see where I'm facing at the moment, there's a lake. We were just slightly west of that lake. I do apologise if you can hear me pop down the microphone. I'll just move it slightly. Yeah, we were around about here, if you can see where I'm pointing. And it wasn't a bad place, because we've never really got any bother with any animals or anything. So anyway, that's where we'll probably head shortly. But first, before we do that, we're seriously going to have to get ourselves some materials. So first off, I'm going to get some plant fibre. So I think, just keep an eye out, because there are, like I said, animals, and I'm not too sure whether they've actually brought any new ones in or what have you. So we got to go very, very careful. Now, I could do this thing off camera, which I think I might, and then I will we're jumping. So what I'll do is I'll gather some plant fibre, and on the way to the lake, we shall have a look for some rocks or stone, and then we can make some tools. Okay, so back in a mo. And welcome back. Yes, we're still gathering. I'm going to get it up to 20, as you can see in my bag there on the right hand side. The plant fibre is going in there, so I'm going to get it up to 20. Now, if you look on the bottom right hand corner, you'll see a box. It's got system, global or local. Now that means, right, the system one, that means this is telling you what you're doing and what you're actually achieving. So as you can see, by hitting the ground there, I've managed to, my nature's law has increased by blah de blah de blah to 22 basically percent, nearly 23. My intellect has increased up to near 15, and my willpower has increased to 15. So the more you gather, the higher your levels go up, and the higher your levels, the better you are at things basically. So we've got our 25, but that's all we're going to need for now, I think. So we're going to put those there nice and tidy. So the next thing we're going to need, one of the most annoying parts about playing this game is everything you do is all about the tab button. So if you press the tab, you can see my mouse, well, my mouse is moving around. If you press the tab again, then you start moving around. So yeah, everything you seem to do, it revolves around the tab button. So my apologies for that. It's not down to me, it's down to the game. Right, so what we need to do now, we need to go and gather ourselves some branches. Okay, because without the branches we can't craft diddly. Now to do that, if you look at one of the trees, any old tree will do. If you right click on that tree, you'll see it gives you a few options. One, get a sprout. Now for the people that live sort of like in the UK, a sprout is a sapling. But I think this must be like an American based game, and it's called a sprout. The next one, if you go to forestry, you can go over, you can get a sprout, like it says at the top of the main box. Inspect a tree or snap off a branch. Because we want a branch, actually no, before we do that, we're going to inspect the tree. Now what that's doing is looking at the tree to see what's available on it and see how strong it is. Now that is one hell of a tree. That is, if you look, you'll see a major oak tree. You estimate its quality as 100%. It has been chopped down at 0, so it's not been chopped down at all. It contains the following useful resources: 60 bark, 120 branches, and 12 oak sprouts. So as what we're going to do here, I'm going to pause the video in a second. I'm going to show you how to just get the branches and the saplings of the sprout, and then I'm going to pause it and gather loads of branches. Okay, so press your tab, get back on the tree. And later on you'll be able to chop the trees down, but at the moment it's just saying collect bark. But when you get to a certain level, it will eventually have cut down the tree. Okay, so we've got to go back up to forestry, go to this fella here or this one. So we're going to, first of all, I'm going to get a few sprouts. So if you right click on that one, okay, the sprout then will stay up here. Okay, so every time that you look, once you've got your first one, rather than going through all that old flannel, all you'll have to do is left click on the tree and it's gathering them. So because it's like 100%, it probably won't mean that to me. So if and when I get round to planting that tree will probably be half of that, because you've got to build yourself up to a certain level to be able to plant 100% saplings or sprouts. So I'm just going to gather 3 of those, and now I'm going to right click on again, go to forestry, there's the sprout, inspect the tree. Now we want to snap off a branch, so right click on that and it comes up here as I said. So we'll do that, and once more, we haven't got to go into it again. So all I'm going to do now, once that green line has gone across, as you can see in my bag over on the right hand side, well, it looks like a twig or a branch, just click on it again and away you go. So I'm going to pause the video again for a second, And the next step would be, well, we're going to take a trip over towards the lake, and on the way we're going to see if we can find some stones or rocks. Okay, so won't be long, back soon. And welcome back again. Right, what I've been doing, as you can see in my bag, I've been gathering saplings or sprouts, plant fibre, branches, and now I'm doing bark. Basically, sorry, I'm just getting comfortable. If you carry on looking over on the right hand side of the screen at the bottom, you'll see your stats going up. Right, now I can't do any more to that tree. But if you press, if I can't remember which one it was now, there it is, L. If you press your L button, you'll see this book-like thing come up. Now this is basically your skill levels. As you can see, on the first one is, what is that? It should tell you what it is. Oh, it's over there, idiot. Right, prospecting. I've not really done much prospecting. Prospecting is when you're looking at the ground and like you're looking for metals, you know, metal ores or other certain things. Forestry, as we started from 0, but because I've been chopping down like your plant fibre and what have you, it's knocked me up to 54%. So I suppose when I get up to 60, I'll be able to do other. Now this one here, login, I think that is, yeah. So now can get bark and chop down softwood trees. So if I can find make myself an axe, I can then go and start chopping down some softwood trees. Okay, and then eventually I'll be able to start building things, I think. This one here, Nature's Law in Lure. This is where we've been looking at the ground, looking for plant fibre. That's going up slowly. When we get up to 30%, it comes over to this one here. Can look for and gather berries. Mushrooms for food and cooking. Can gather common herbs with Q. Yeah, we'll go into that later on. Herbs. Yeah, it's a different story. I'll tell you about that later. So now we've got terraforming. We have not done anything like that at the moment. What can we do? Can raise and lower terrain, but we've got no shovel, so we can't do that. Now these ones here, farming. We've got no farm. We've got no animals, so we can't do anything with that. At 0, we can plough earth, can gather basic seeds. Okay, and this one here again, we can go fishing, gathering animals, killing animals, and things like that. So that's that sort of book explained a little bit. Right, so now is what we're going to be going off looking for. Is we need to look for some stones. Well, they call it stone and flint, or flint and stone, one or the other. But I'm going to head down this way because I want to go towards... oh, that looks like an apple tree. Yes, it is. Right, now see your food in the bag at the bottom left-hand corner. Okay, they're biscuits. They won't last you 5 bloody minutes, to be honest. So is what we need to do. We need to do exactly what we done on that last tree. So we go to forestry and inspect that tree. Now to start off with, you'll only probably be able to gather the odd 1 or 2 apples at a time, but you just keep clicking on it until it's empty. Now this is a good tree. It's a 95. It has 20 branches and 50 apples, so you could gather the 50 apples, which I'm going to, but I'll do that off of camera so I don't bore you, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so give me a couple more minutes and I'll be back. Well, hello, and we're back again. Right, yes, I've just found this little hut, and outside the little hut, I have found a pile of flint and stone. So I'm just gathering a few, so as we can start making our own tools. Just hope nobody comes along and hits me over the head for nicking their stone. So, but as you can see, in our bag now, let's get rid of the map for a second. In our bag now we have oak saplings or sprouts. We have an apple sapling or sprout. We have some branches. We have some plant fibre. We have bark. I'm not too sure what we're going to be using the bark for, you know, because when we were playing the game before and we had that big, like, sort of town kind of area, we didn't, well, I never did use any bark whatsoever. So whether they've implemented some other stuff into the game where you do need bark, you know, we'll check that out. But anyway, just below the bark you can see I've got 94 apples. That came off of 2 apple trees. So we should be pretty good for a little while as far as food goes. But we shall see. Anything can happen. You have failed to find anything. Oh, yeah. As you can see, every time you look, something, even though you don't find anything for a couple of times, it's not to say that you won't eventually. So just keep on looking. There you go, see? We had 2 where you couldn't find any, and then all of a sudden you found something. So I need around about, well, I'm going to try and get 15 stone. Because what we need to do, we need to make a shovel. We need to make an axe. We need to make a saw and a hammer just to get us started. I'm not worried about any weapons or anything like that. A knife or something like that will probably come in handy for, you know, if you come across a pig or something like that, and you're able to kill it, all in good. A sling, you can get a slingshot. You can make one of those, and that will bring up your what do you call it? Your fighting skills, or throwing skills, I should say. So not only will it increase your slingshot, it should increase the chances of, like, say, throwing a weapon at somebody, a knife, or, you know, blah de blah. Right, so we've got 14. We're not being bothered by anybody. I've lowered the graphics settings slightly. Well, I've turned a couple of things on rather than having them off. So there you go. This is sort of like, we're getting there as far as the graphics are concerned. The sun is rather bright. But anyway, this is this person's shack. Doing a fine job. Made it his own. Very good. So this is what we need to do. But we probably won't do anything like that this episode. We'll have a go next time. Off camera, I should gather, you know, a few things to enable us to make a shack and make, you know, furnaces and kilns and things. So anyway, let's press the tab button. Now, if you right click on the branch, this will come up. Crafting a primitive tool. Forestry, create a primitive tool. You can have a fishing rod, and general actions, you can just drop them. So as what we need to do is to craft a primitive tool. Now this box will come up on the left. Now is what you'll need to do is to click on the drop down box, and here we have the tools that you can make. So first of all, we're going to be making a shovel. Now with a shovel, like I said, you need 1 stick or branch, 1 stone and 1 plant fibre, because we have that in our bag. In our bag, we can just make it. We only want the 1 though, just bear that in mind, because sometimes this will go on and carry making you know, loads. There you go. So we've got ourselves a shovel. The next one we're going to be needing is a hammer. Now the hammer needs this stuff, rock. Where we're standing is just stone. Now to get the rock, we can get that later on. We need an axe. We've got the stuff there to make an axe. So yeah, obviously a rock is a lot harder than flint and stone. Oh, there goes my phone. So now we've got ourselves an axe. The next one we're going to need is a pickaxe. Craft it. You might as well craft it while you've got the stuff on you. And the next one after that is going to be a saw. You can also craft yourself a sickle, because with a sickle you should be able to go off craft yourself a you should be able to go find yourself some wild plants like onions, potatoes, cabbages, you know, blah de blah, all that sort of stuff. That's what you will need a sickle for. Right, so we have the saw, we have the pickaxe, we have the axe, and we have a shovel. So like I said, the only thing that we could probably make now is this. We'll make a sickle, and like I said, later on when we're going to be looking, when we're ready to start farming, we're going to need some wild plants to get us started. So there we go. We got our sickle. Now, anything else we can go? A knife. Is there a knife down here? There is, look. A primitive knife. That's what that looks like. So we'll craft one of those as well. And we've still got enough stuff here. Just find the... all we need to do is find the rock. Okay, so now we've got ourselves a knife. Now with the knife, I think you can right click on that. General actions dropped and equipped. You can equip it, you know, to kill yourself or skin an animal. What else can you do? General actions. These, I think they will give you skills later on where you can just click on them and do things with it. Right, so I think as far as tools are concerned, right, there's the sling. You can make a sling. Okay, let's make one. But look, 10. That needs 10 plant fibre. There's a load of plant fibre. So we'll probably have to gather some more of that. Right, there's the sling. That's the only problem with this game. Things are not so easy to grab hold of and drag about. And to get some stone for that is what you do is look at the ground on a mountain or something like that and gather yourself some stones. I think, oh, a cooking pot. Shit, that's the other thing we need. So we're in desperate need of getting some rock. So we're gonna head off over to where was I going? Where's the map? Right, there's the map. I want to head off about that sort of direction. It's basically where we were originally on the original game. So let's go off that way. As we go, we'll look for some rock. I do apologise if the screen looks a little bit packed up, but I need the map open so I can see where we're going. And we also need to eat, not desperately, but I'm going to use that last cookie. Eat that, and also eat a couple of apples. Now, as you go, right, as you feed yourself, eventually, say you're at 20%, you might need 5 apples to knock you back up to 100, yeah? But the more often that you eat, the lower it goes. So rather than having 5 apples to get you back up to 100%, it might take 2 or 3. You know what I mean? Know what I mean, Harry? But there you go. It's a bit of information. Let's go up here, because we might find some rock up here. because of the mountains, but at the same time we want to keep an eye out for bears. Again, it's like H1Z1, you know. What's over there? Something dark, you know, with the bears, lots of them, and they do piddle you off. Right, here we go. Let's have a look at this area. So if we right click on the ground, prospect 4. No, that's now how do we get the rock? I think we've got to actually get it with the axe. Right, so let's go to I and equip the axe. I'm sure this is the way we do it. Get rid of that. And let's do some mining, I suppose. Search for flint and stone prospects for iron, copper, ammo, flint. Right, let's just chop it up anyway and see. Right, let's go for iron first. We should be able to bloody mine, to be honest. You didn't find anything. Surprise, surprise. What about lower ground? Terraforming, observe, forestry, create, prospect. I'll tell you what, we'll leave that for now. Let's just keep heading off over to here. Somebody's been mining by the looks just down here. Bit of a square dug out of the ground here. What we got here? Right, useful flint and stone. We might not be able to look for rock straight away. I just cannot remember how to do it. Right, raise ground level. I'll tell you what, let's put the shovel on as well, on us. Shovel equipped. So if we just stand here, right click, terraforming, observe, lower ground level, because it will give us whatever's in there. On the floor. There you go, there's the bloody rock. Right, see, like I say, it's been a while since I've played the game, so I do apologise. So now is what we need to do. We click on that primitive tool, but I think we're going to need some more plant fibre. It was a hammer that we were looking for, so we need 2 more plant fibre. So we've got the... Hang on, something's not right here. What did I just click on? That's an axe. Friggin' hammer. Right, so we need 3 plant fibre, 1 rock, and that. So it's just plant fibre we need. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that off camera. And in the next episode, ladies, gents, boys and girlies, hopefully we could level out of ground. I'll do that off camera once I've found the area that I want to be at. We'll lower the ground and set ourselves a little hut. So if you like what you see, can you please leave us a like, subscribe and share my videos, please, would be much appreciated. Until the next episode then, bye bye for now. Bye bye.